York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
Straight game on the road.
What's going on? It's Jailers from Nick of Time Show here, give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And it's time to talk about a much needed win by these Knicks, because the Knicks finally stopped their losing skid and beat the Sacramento Kings. And of course, the Sacramento Kings didn't have De'Aaron Fox and it didn't have Marvin Bagley, but we beat the Sacramento Kings 116-96. And you know what happens when we win, guys? We hit the gunshots, okay? Because Evan Fournier came in with 18 points and 2 steals. Burks came in with 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Julius Randle came in with 17 points and 9 rebounds. Toppin came out here popping with 14 points. Grimes came in here with 14 points. The bench came in here with 61 points. We out-rebounded this team. We dominated this team. We've beaten this team by double digits all game. It was an easy win. Finally, this Knicks team got it together, and we win. We beat this team convincingly in a trade deadline showcase, I would like to call it. And we're going to talk all about this game. Before we talk about it, let me introduce my guys. The man. First of all, I'm gonna introduce my guy from the YouTube channel across the street. I call him the Raw Metaphor. It is the Raw Hebrew Remnant. What's going on, Raw?
What's up, Jay Ellis? What's up, Brian G? Glad to see you.
Yeah, man. Glad to see you too. And according to course, you know it is the man, the myth, the legend, the guy with the stats and the facts.
Ryan G's in the building. Let's go Knicks.
Yeah, let's go Knicks. Listen, this is a game that was much needed, and for some people were like, I don't really need this game. Some people say we need this game. I feel like as a team psyche, we need this game, and I feel like as a team who's getting close to the trade deadline and who's worried about certain players like Alec Burks having trade value and Evan Fournier having trade value and those guys, and we're playing the Sacramento Kings. These Sacramento Kings might be dealing with us at trade deadline. So I feel like it was important not only to win this game, guys, but to let them know we got some pieces that can help. All right? we got some pieces that can help. And I'm going to start off with a guy who's been slumping for a minute, but he's finally come into his own to this game. Coming off the bench, we got our guy Alec Burks, who gives you 21 points, 4 assists, a steal, 2 turnovers, and 5 rebounds, and shot 66% from the field and 66% from 3 from Alec Burks. Finally, a good game from Alec Burks, man. Oh man. So, Raw, I'm gonna start off with you, Raw. What do you think about Alec Burks' game, and what do you think? Do you feel like this game carried any weight today moving forward for you and for this franchise?
Yes and no. So Alec Burks played a good game, and this is, to me, honestly, Sacramento, this is their 5th straight game on the road. They look tired. They look beat up before the game, at the beginning of the game. And honestly, they are us next week. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to have the same. We going 5 straight on the road. They came 5 straight east. We going 5 straight west on the road. So they look tired. But this is the type of game where you want to try to get right with, right? So you see, this is a game for you to get right. So that's when you talk about Alec Burks. This is a game for him to get right. And so when you can get right, before you go into a tough stretch, you got a little momentum going into a tough stretch of games. So this to me, that's what this game represented. The Knicks getting right before they go into a tough stretch.
Yeah, I agree with you. And speaking of getting right, Julius Randle looked kind of competent today. Like today, I mean, Julius Randle had 4 turnovers. And that's, he did his Julius Randle thing with the 4 turnovers. But, right, it is what it is, right? But when you're looking at Julius Randle, you're not just looking at the turnovers. You're looking at everything. You're looking at body language. You're looking like how he's interacting with the team. You're looking like you see if he's engaged on an offensive end and a defensive end. You're looking to see if he's trying to take over the game too much. You look to see if he's passing. You're looking to see if he's helping teammates cut it off the floor. You're looking for all of that, right?
Yeah.
Today, I have to say that Julius Randle looked competent today. He looked like he brought it on both ends of the court, and he didn't disappoint like he usually does. Maybe some soul searching happened over these last few days off. Who knows? Ryan G, what did you see from Julius Randle today, and what did you think about this game today as well?
I think Julius Randle played a pretty decent game. Of course, you can tell he's not all the way back yet. He's still making some of the same mistakes that he's made all season. But overall, I think he had a pretty good game, especially that third quarter. He hit a couple of big buckets to help the Knicks to increase their lead. And overall, the Knicks overall, of course, they played a great game. They had a lot of good performances, especially Alec Burks. Yeah. I think Burks needed that because he's been in a big slump as of late, so to see him knock down a few shots is definitely a big positive for the Knicks. And also seeing the young guys run to like Obi and Grimes getting off, I think it's an overall positive. And, the Knicks are supposedly shopping vets, and with the performances that they put on in today's game against the Kings, yesterday's price is not today's price. That's
yesterday's price is not today's price. All right.
That's absolutely true, baby. That's absolutely true.
Oh, man. I mean, Evan Fournier's out here slinging it, all right? Evan Fournier's out here. He's looking like the best offensive player on the Knicks right now.
He scored Pistol Pete out there.
Yeah, there was one point we had like 10 of the Knicks 12 points in the first quarter. He had 16 of half the points sometime in the first half. I think he finished with 18 points in the first half. He was moving the ball well. He was playing defense. And you're looking over at these guys who need Evan Fournier. Bro, I saw your video on the Cavs. I saw your video on the Cavs, and so you're looking at people who can use Evan Fournier. You're like, huh.
Yeah. Cleveland, Utah. Now you see Joe Ingles is done.
I was getting to the Ingles. I was getting to the Ingles. You know that's where I was going. You know that's where I was going.
So you got some candidates out there, man. I'm like, I mean, pretty much to me, everybody in the West that's out of the top 3. That's in playoff contention could use Evan Fournier.
Yeah.
We just need the requisite contract coming back, hopefully and expiring. Somebody that's not going to take time from the youth, but because the whole point is for Grimes and Cam to get in there. But I was glad to see Fournier going up, and I'm glad to see him shooting well because to me it's a sell high moment. So like Ryan said, the price has changed.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday's price, Ryan.
Not today's price.
You're damn right.
Exactly.
Not people say, oh yeah, we need to attach a pick for Fournier. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think you better give us a pick.
I think you need to give us a pick. All right, this man.
Exactly.
You want a playoff shooter or don't you?
Exactly. And like here's the thing too, like it's taking a while for Fournier to find his footing because let's face it, Tom Thibodeau, they kind of have like a free flowing offense on this team, and when you have a free flowing offense, you're leaving it to these vets in the first unit to figure it out, and they haven't figured it out. Because they haven't figured it out, Fournier hasn't figured it out. But now we're seeing over the last, I would say 2 or 3 weeks or so, offensively, he's figured it out, and he's not as bad as we thought he was in the first month or so of playing with these Knicks. So,
well, Jay Ellis too.
What?
That is a function of the offense was flowing through Julius and Kemba,
right?
And it changed when it was flowing through RJ.
Yeah.
And that, to me, there's no coincidence. Started coinciding with Evan Fournier looking better offensively.
Yeah, I agree with you. And actually, I was kind of worried about where Evan's offense was going to come from when RJ started getting the ball more. And when But I mean, when Kemba was out, it was easier. But when Kemba came back in, I just felt like Evan. I feel like Evan himself took it more upon himself to be a little bit more aggressive today. I mean, in general. And you know what? I feel like Julius was looking. I feel like the team was looking for him today. I feel like Julius looked for him. I feel like Kemba looked for him. I feel like RJ looked for him. I feel like today we passed the ball pretty well today. So
how many assists did we have total?
I think it was 25 when I looked. I'll check again.
Did they have 25 assists? Okay.
I believe it was 25.
Okay. The Knicks, yes, you're right, correct, Ryan. The Knicks finished with 25 assists on the night. And everybody was involved. Shoot, what do we wait? Nerlens Noel had 5 assists. Wait.
Yeah. I heard somebody. I think it was Mike Breen said that. I said Nerlens Noel had 5 assists.
Jeez, Nerlens Noel has 5 assists. That's ridiculous.
I know.
When Nerlens Noel,
a guy that can't even hold on to the basketball.
He's like, I can't catch.
I mean,
but I can pass.
If anybody was ambitious enough to bet 5+ assists for Noel tonight, they made bank.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm all in.
Exactly. Shoot.
That's a fact. Well, I mean, this game proves. I mean, this game kind of like illustrates something that, you know, the vets here are pretty decent. They're role players, but something else kind of got proven today, and what got proven today is Grimes needs more time, and it's been proven already. But you're starting to see this guy's defense is special at this point. Like, there was a point in the first quarter where Evan Fournier offensively was going off, and I'm thinking, we shouldn't take this man off the game because offensively he's just on another level. And then Grimes comes in, and he's fighting over screens for Buddy Hield. He's shutting down Barnes going to the hole, and I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, we can't hit this guy out the game. His defense is special. Like, we can't afford to sit him. So it's just like, get this man some minutes.
That's right.
Get this man some minutes. Roy, I already know you love Grimes. Any thoughts on Grimes' game today, man?
Oh, yeah, no, he's everything I thought he was going to be. I really, coming out of Houston, I was very high on him, and I wanted the Knicks to pick him. Honestly, my first choice was Duarte. Then there was the kid from Virginia that ended up going to New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Then there was Grimes. But I knew I wanted them to get Grimes because I knew those other 2 guys would not be there at 25. I mean, right. Or was 22. They wouldn't be there. So I was like, okay, so let's get Grimes. That's our guy. And I'm so glad we got him, man.
I agree with you, man. Anything to add to that, Ryan?
I mean, Rob pretty much said it all right there. I mean, he's consistent defensively. He's always showing up on defense, and he can shoot the 3. And I mean, you combine those 2 together. He's definitely a good player. And the Knicks definitely need to give him more minutes.
Yo, what about Grimes putting Hallie on skates though? What about the between the leg? Oh my, stumble layup, fillet. Like what about that? Right. Come on.
That's right.
Grimes is in the bag. I was like, wait, I didn't know Grimes had a handle like that. I was like,
yo, he got floater game too.
I agree, man. I just feel like given the time, Grimes can give us what Evan has given us on the offensive end and just be a lot better on the defensive end as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're not gonna miss anything by putting Grimes in the starting unit. We would gain.
Absolutely, we would gain. Absolutely would gain.
We would gain.
You looking at his clean the glass stats, 96 percentile from the corner 3. Mid-range game is still pretty good, and the defense is all good. So shout out to my guy Grimes, has done a pretty good job today, and hopefully move some of these pieces so he could be getting 30 minutes a game. That's what I say, man. This is what I'm saying, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to everybody who's rocking with the KOT show. If you want to call in and talk about this game or anything else, you already know what to do. Dial that number 319-527-6241. All right. Shout out to Glamour Knicks. Shout out to D Nice, Rich Jim, picks for Timmy, Kareem Grant, Laughing Gas, Comedy Club, Rich Jim, and everybody else is rocking with the KOT show. All right. First caller up. I already know it is my man Big Reaper. Big Reaper, what do you want to talk about, sir?
Hey, what's up, folks? Happy we won tonight. So obviously, you guys know I got a big smile on my face.
Absolutely.
So thank you for taking my call, Jay Ellis, Ryan G, Raw. Thank you guys so much, chat. It's a good win. I'm glad that they're continuing to, with the plan of kind of like, obviously they were aggressive looking for Evan Fournier today, but I still kind of felt like they still ran like a lot of plays. They were still trying to run some plays through RJ, which is good. And just have Julius just off the ball. Just keep him off the ball. And, try to get him an open shot and trying to get him a lane to the basket or something, So I think it's just better. It worked well today. Luckily, we weren't playing against a very good team. So, it was good for them to get that practice in, which was really good. So I really liked it. It was a really good game overall, from everyone. I'm also, the other thing I was really happy about was because it was a blowout. It was like a 20-point lead later in the third quarter. I'm actually in the fourth quarter. I thought maybe Tibbs, because it was around 20-point lead, I thought he was going to do something crazy by like bringing his like Julius Randle or some of the starters.
Yeah.
So I was really happy he didn't do that, and he just let the the bench players just play out the rest of the game. Like Quentin Grimes, he had a pretty nice game today. Obviously, I think we probably need to try to see a little more. I think they should kind of maybe open up the offense a little more for him just to see, because I hadn't really seen him like put the ball on the floor that much this year, and I think maybe that's kind of affecting his efficiency, because if you guys go back a little bit, like it felt like starting with that Milwaukee game earlier, like in December, he had like that 27, like it was like a 27-point game that he went out.
Right.
Then when he came back in, I kind of felt like the coach was testing him to see if he was ready to like be a starter, to see if he can give him like, a lot of production. And it was like he had like 2 games, and it was like 2 games like right after he came back from COVID, where he wasn't very efficient. And then after that, the coach, because those 3 games, the coach, he was averaging something like 30 minutes. And then after that, the coach bumped him back down, way down to like 20 minutes a game. 18 to 20 minutes. So I kind of thought maybe the coach was testing him and felt like he wasn't going to be efficient enough at like 30 minutes a game, but I think maybe they should try to open up the offense a little more, give him like a little more flexibility to put the ball on the floor and see maybe if that kind of helps his efficiency a little more instead of just having him out there shooting threes all the time only. So it seems obviously he can put the ball on the floor, and I think they should just, give it a try and see,
In about 11 days, you're going to
that?
see that. In about 11 days, you're going to see him get a lot more time.
That's what I'm hoping. Not just a lot more time, though. I want to, like to what they were doing today, instead of just, forcing them to just shoot threes all the time. Just at least let them put the ball on the floor and do some things. And
well, I think the game called for that though, because like one of the times he could put the ball on the floor was off of a broken play. It wasn't like a set play. It was one of those things where scramble, time is running out. I got the ball in my hand. I got to make a move, and they did that. And it kind of helped today too that the Kings didn't have like a real deal shot blocker, so anything going to the rim was money. Yeah. So that definitely helped a lot. But you know what? Grimes is on the scouting report for Grimes, one of his weaknesses was handle. They said he couldn't drive that much. He had problems going left, and if you press him, he would turn the ball over. That was on the scouting report. So it was nice to see him. It was nice to kind of see him go to the hole and have success going to the hole today, for sure.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I read about that too, but it looked pretty good today. And he did it 3 times. I think he put the ball on the floor like 3 times today. So, but either way, I would like to see, I want to see him more often, because I want to see if it'll help like increase his efficiency, kind of like give him a little more, mix it up a little bit so he can, he can just be a lot more productive. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what I had, man. Thank you guys for taking my call.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right.
Big Reaper from AC.
Big Reaper. Gunshots for Big Reaper, man. If you want to call, you already know what to do. Hit that dial 319-527-6241. Another name. I want to talk about trade stuff a little later. But before we get into that, man, another guy who I like today, who's looking great, was
I know you're gonna say. Go ahead. I know you're gonna say.
top Obi Toppin, man.
Yeah.
Obadiah.
Naya.
Obadiah Toppin is. I didn't expect Obadiah to have the handle that he has right now.
Obadiah got all the bag, all in his bag. He just hasn't come out with it. He needs the minutes.
Yeah, man, the way he's faking the three, and then he kind of does like that point guard thing where he kind of does like the throw ahead crossover to and it goes to the hole, and like that is going to be a nightmare for opposing power forwards.
Yeah, man.
The guard,
Obadiah, baby.
Especially if it starts to hit the three on a consistent basis, man. It just makes me believe. It just makes me believe, like, yo, what do we have? What is in this kid? What is in this kid?
Like, I mean, you're definitely seeing glimpses of it this season. And on the previous podcast, I forgot to mention it too, because there was this play in the Milwaukee game. I don't even know how he pulled that off, because he was at, like, I think he was at the top of the key, and he dribbled the ball. But like when he dribbled the ball, it was like kind of like a forward dribble. One of the Bucks players was going to strip him, but he couldn't get it on time, and then Obi just went up with it like 1-2 and slamming. I was like, yo, where did that come from? Because I did not see him with that type of dribble before.
Me neither, man.
Yeah, and I don't know, like he's definitely growing. And then again in this game, he faked the pass, Euro step, and later then I was like, yo, what is going on? Like, yo, my man is really added to his bag, and there's gonna come a time Tibbs is gonna have to let this man go. He's gonna have to give him more minutes, because if Obi keeps playing like this, Tibbs is gonna have no excuse for giving this guy just 15 minutes a game.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Like the way, and you know what it is too? It's like you're starting to look for the future. I'm looking at Randle right now, and you're looking at the way he's acting. He was on his best behavior today. He's definitely on his best behavior today. But it's like, at some point, this Knicks team is going to have like a real leader, and not just a leader in you can put in points, you can cause double teams, you can bend the defense, but a leader in emotion, and a leader in mentality, and a leader in how you carry yourself, and because you carry yourself a certain way, the team is going to follow you. So whatever Julius Randle is going through right now, that's what Julius Randle is going through, right? And you can say, I can be like, all right, cool. He's going through stuff. He might be having problems at home, whatever, and cool. But if you're going to not go to the media, if you're going to pout on the floor, if you're not going to help teammates up, if that's your real attitude going forward, then you can't be the factor, the leader of the team, really. So for me, I'm looking at other guys on the squad to see in the future who can step up and be a leader. And I feel like Obi can be a candidate because of his character. I like IQ's mental state, but his game isn't really there yet to be a leader. His decision making is there, but there's a lot of guys over here mentally who see RJ, of course.
Yes, RJ. I think RJ's the leader right now.
RJ, RJ, of course, can step up, especially if he's producing. He didn't have a great game today, but if he's producing the way he did before, that's something that can happen. But moving forward, I'm just looking at just not only how you play the game, but who can the most lead us from this day into the next day.
Yeah, no, I think it's RJ. And you're going to see more and more of that. I mean, this is what, obviously he didn't have a good game today, but, he was still playing high IQ basketball. I mean, RJ's the guy to me. Because, just the other day when you saw Randle wouldn't come to the media and RJ stepped up and handled it so calmly and forthright. He wasn't rattled. Nothing rattles him.
Right.
That's the guy to me, that's the sign of your leader right there.
Yeah, I agree with you. And you know what? I posed a question on the podcast, and I also posed a question on Twitter. Actually, I got the question from the podcast I just brought to Twitter about, are the Knicks deciding that Julius Randle shouldn't go to the podium, or is Julius Randle deciding it? And I think the Knicks might be the one pulling the strings. Maybe they don't want him saying anything wrong or something like that. But to me at this point, it's obvious that Randle isn't a mental leader.
He said it was the Knicks. Randle said it was the Knicks.
Yeah. Randle definitely said it was the Knicks.
Yeah, he said it was the Knicks.
Randle said it was the Knicks, and then Mark Berman said after he said that, the Knicks pulled him off the stage, like, oh, no more. I felt like they thought he was snitching. You know what I mean?
Like I felt like don't ruin your trade value. Man.
Exactly. But all in all, decent game from Randle, and for those who was looking to trade Randle for De'Aaron Fox, and in whether capacity, whether it be Randle in the piece and for De'Aaron. He was on a decent behavior today. He gave you 17 points. He played a role today. He probably play a role on Sacramento. So, good showing for Randle. If that's the way you're thinking.
Yes. And it's interesting you brought that up, because when I was in NYU taking my sports business degree, I did take public relations. So I know a bit about public relations in sports. And based on what I learned in that class, it's definitely the Knicks that's protecting Randle, because you have to remember there's a clause in these players' contracts where they have to talk to the media. So a player can't really avoid the media if he wants to. If a player is being kept away from the media for so long like that, it has to be the team. And on top of that, the fact that Randle was there answering questions, and then the reporters would ask him about it, and the fact that he brought up that it was the Knicks that was keeping him, away from the podium and this and that. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's why the Knicks PR pulled him away, because what the PR team is responsible for is they're responsible for protecting the player as he's on the podium. So if they feel like a reporter or the reporters are going in a place where they don't want the player to answer those questions, that's when they'll pull Randle. And I feel like the Knicks PR don't want Randle answering questions in regards to why he's hasn't been on the podium, and that's why they pulled him off.
That's what it's looking like, and they're like, you know what? Screw it. The Knicks got fined $25K. The next day they ain't make him available again. They're gonna have to eat that next $25K just to keep him off that podium, whether it's protect his trade value or what. They are not. Knicks are not having it at this point.
That's pocket change for Dolan. Man.
That is pocket change. You know what, Dolan? Give me some pocket change real quick. I need to see something real quick.
I need to see your lunch money today.
Exactly. Put that in the super chat, Dolan. All right. But shout out to everybody who's rocking with the KOT Show and the chart. Shout out to D Nice, Rich Jim, B Civilized, Big Reaper, Don Hines, and everybody else who's rocking with the KOT Show. All right. And before we take our next caller, I'm gonna just say this real quick. Shout out to Fubu TVs and our affiliate. For you guys who are tired of Comcast and some people in Connecticut who's having problems watching Knicks games, I suggest maybe you go to Fubu TV. They got you can definitely watch Knicks games from Fubu TV. They don't black out games, and if it's not on the MSG network on Fubu TV, that means it's gonna be aired on TNT and other channels. And if you subscribe to Fubu TV, there's no real subscription. You can cancel whenever you want, and you get other cable channels as well. So definitely go to the link in our descriptions, and you can find the affiliate link for Fubu TV, and also Fritz might put it in the chat later as well. All right, I see Fritz in the chat, so shout out to you, Fritz, one of the best mods in the game. All right, so shout out to you guys, and hopefully Knicks fans, this will help you watch Knicks games if you're having problems watching Knicks games. All right, next caller up. I don't know who's up, but next caller, so let us know what your name is, where you from, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah! One more. We need that energy.
Let's go. I love what up, my guy JT?
What's going on, chat? Salute. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, comment. You know the drill. All of that.
So man.
Definitely was a good win. Good win. Gunshots for Grimes. Gunshots for Obi. Gunshots. I think I'm gonna stop there. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Gunshots for Julius.
Okay, all right.
He played a good game. He played a game that we if he would have been playing games like this the whole season, we wouldn't be in this mess. We wouldn't be in this worldwide mess because
that's a fact.
Like, he was just, so enough about that. Definitely, I want to talk about Obi because the biggest thing, the reason why we really got to big up Obi is one thing I feel like we all are concerned about is with Tibbs having such a short leash on him and tweaking if Obi did anything wrong, and it didn't stop his confidence, it didn't do nothing. If anything, it elevated his game. He responded well. So that's definitely something that I'm really excited to see. I'm really happy to see about that. Sorry, Grimes. Man, Grimes, grimy time.
Grimy times, man. Grime time, man.
Guy was doing his thing, man. It was real good draft pick. Real good. Love what we see. He got that fight. He got that hustle. He got that dog in him. So it's definitely Mitch. Thank you.
Yes.
Mitch,
Yes.
Mitch.
We did not mention Mitch today.
Yes, Mitch is looking good. Mitch, like they all keep saying, it's true. He got the weight off. He's looking more athletic in his feet and all that stuff. So Nerlens obviously still didn't take the man in catching camp because he still can't catch nothing. But hey, he got 5 assists, so it is what it is.
It is what it is. He got 5 assists and a pull-up jumper from the foul line.
Yo.
It was funny because
so it's good to see.
Clyde was like, "What are you? Oh, it went in. Oh."
It's one of those shots. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Good. Put the torches down. But yeah, it was definitely good. Looking at it from a standpoint, seeing what Tibbs in his rotations, Obi got 18, almost 19 minutes. That was good. I think because we were winning, so that's always the big thing. Like I've been constantly going on every show about Tibbs is his rotation, and you want to see if he, like, what he's going to look like if the game is tight, if he's going to try to burn the starters to the ground to try to get us the victory and all that stuff. But we'll see as the time goes by. But I think this was it's like, boxing. It's a good tune-up fight. We needed this win to go onto the road and see, and hopefully these guys can keep this momentum going. If Julius can keep playing the way he's playing, if Fournier can light it up the way he is, then things won't be so bad, and these guys' value will stay. These guys' value will increase because that's what we all worried about. Their value is so low right now because they've been playing like straight dumpster juice. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, I have a take, and I want to know what your opinion is on this. Grimes playing the way he's playing, and RJ is, if that's the case, RJ is going to be locked at the 3. So RJ is going to be locked at the 3. Grimes is the future of the 2. We're going to get, of course, Fournier's got to get out of here. We don't know when. Hopefully they can figure it out, whatever. Where do you think that leaves Cam? Do you think Cam will be good coming off the bench? Because I don't think Cam is going to start at the 4. And if Cam wants those, like, that's one thing I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting. Because ideally we would want RJ to slide to the 2 and Cam to slide to the 3. But I don't see Cam jumping over Grimes. That ain't happening.
Yeah, I don't see it
that's
either.
Yeah.
But that's why you're going to see some guys move because Cam won't get minutes unless Fournier and Burks are gone.
Exactly.
So that's why you're going to see those guys move. So you see them move.
No, I agree with the minutes. Oh, my poor.
Yeah, I'm saying you see them move. You're going to get Cam, and it's going to be a 3-guy rotation with Cam, RJ, and Grimes. Because it's a wing, whether it's 2 or 3. Because RJ actually played the 3 at Duke, and Cam was the 2 guard. So they're just going to do the same thing, and it doesn't really matter, interchangeable. So it'll be Grimes, RJ, and Cam, and they'll be and Grimes and RJ will start, but they're all going to be getting minutes. So it's going to be those 3 guys on the wing.
Yeah, and also it kind of depends too. Like if we get rid of Kemba, because you already saw what happened when we didn't have Kemba, they kind of found some minutes for Cam.
Yeah,
when we didn't have Kemba.
Yeah.
So if we get rid of Kemba, say if we get rid of Kemba and Burks, or Kemba and Fournier, then minutes should open up for him at the backup, and hopefully at that point he should be able to get at least like 15 minutes a game minimum, I would think.
Yeah. I'm thinking he's going to get
I'm
like
not
in that
concerned
20
about
range.
minutes. I'm not concerned about minutes. It's more of like listening to what he said why he wanted out of Atlanta. I'm thinking more long term, next year, the year after, if he stays, if he's re-signed, because he's going to want that starter role. He's going to want that 20, 26 plus minutes.
Right.
So that's just something I feel like we just need to keep an eye on if he's going to be willing to, that's kind of where I'm like just thinking to myself, like, okay, how is that really going to work for the future? Because like I said, he ain't jumping over RJ nor Grimes. But that's neither here nor there. That's way because first of all, we got to figure out this mess we got right now. Because I know he's gonna get minutes.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
thinking about after the fact as a solidified starter, like as a big part of the future. If he's gonna be okay with that role, none of us will know. And I don't got his number on my phone. Be like, yo, you gonna be cool with that? But anyway, other than that, good win. As always, love the show. Appreciate y'all for taking my call. Shout out to the chat. I'm out. Yeah.
Shout out to my JT, man. Always gives the energy.
Cool, man. Cool.
I do want to say one thing though.
Go ahead.
Okay, so all right. So Cam is looking for playing time elsewhere, right? That's why he got traded.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this thing about Cam being a starter, I think we're gonna have to slow down on that because you have to remember, Cam still needs to prove himself. We know Cam has a potential, but he needs to prove himself once he gets those minutes. And then once he gets those minutes, if he proves that he's good enough to be a starter, then yeah, you see if you could try to propel him to that starting lineup. But I just want to throw that in there. Like Cam still needs to prove himself. Let's not go too far to the future and be like this guy's gonna be a future starter for us. He still got to prove himself.
Well, the thing is, I think it'll happen organically. Like if you watch Tibbs, right? This is how I feel like it'll work. He'll start off in Mobb Deep. If he starts rocking from Mobb Deep, right? He'll finish fourth quarters.
Right.
Okay. And then if he keeps doing that, now Tibbs might have a decision to make. But right now, this year, all we want him to do is get in the rotation. So if he could be on Mobb Deep and get in the rotation, that's where he starts. That's where he starts to play. He gets his minutes. And that's the key thing. That's why I kept mentioning minutes. It doesn't matter at this point, where he's, how much, if he's starting or not. It's how many minutes is he getting? Is he getting 20, 25 minutes a game? And is he going to be that guy that Tibbs say, okay, I want you in the game in the fourth quarter? Because that's key. And that's why I say you can't just trade Kemba and Burks and get Cam minutes. You're not going to get him minutes. You got to trade. Evans got to go, and Burks got to go. Kemba goes, that opens up minutes for Deuce. But with unless they get like a De'Aaron Fox. But as far as the wing minutes, you got to move Burks and Fournier. Otherwise, Cam is not going to see any minutes.
Yeah. And, go ahead, Ryan.
No, all I was gonna say is even with Kemba going, I still don't think that frees up minutes for Deuce because Rose is coming back. And Knicks are not getting rid of Rose, and then Ike is gonna play those backup point guard minutes. Yeah,
but think about it like this now. Let's say I still think Deuce is going to have an uphill battle because I think they're going to get a point guard. But I'm saying if they didn't get a point guard, let's say they dealt Burks, Kemba, and Fournier. So now you had the rotation is he'll probably start IQ, and you have D Rose, and then you have Deuce in the second unit.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So he moves into the second unit. He gets more minutes than two. He's going to be playing more than he does now. So that's all I'm saying. But I still think Deuce is going to have uphill battle because I feel like if they trade Randle, they're getting Fox. That's the way I look at it.
That's how I see it too.
Yeah. If they trade Randle, they're getting Fox, and so that keeps Deuce where he is. So and the only time Deuce will get free is when. But I see that's what I'm saying because I feel like they really. I think the Knicks are looking at a Joku Bidas Deuce pairing down the road. And so D Rose is only on a 2-year deal, So I think they let him let him play that 2 years out and see how that works out. But at this point, if you want Cam to get minutes, you got to move Fournier and Burks. Otherwise, Cam ain't going to see no minutes. Because if you move one of them, let's say you move Fournier. Burks starts. Or if Burks doesn't start, now you have Grimes starting, but then Burks is in the second unit.
Right.
So where's Cam going to play? You know what I'm saying? He still don't have minutes there.
Yeah, I guess my thought was if we move Kemba, then Burks would start, and then that would free up some small forward minutes for Cam. That's the way I'm thinking. But then I'm thinking, I'm thinking about
how does that work though? How would that work?
You know what it is though? I forgot about Derrick Rose. I'm forgetting about Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
I'm forgetting about Derrick Rose.
You got to move two wings for Cam to get minutes. To me,
right? I was thinking either Kemba. I was thinking Kemba and Fournier or Kemba and Burks. That's what I was thinking.
Now, if you move Kemba and Burks, that helps because now you're gonna well, you still got Fournier, but now I guess you can put Cam and Grimes in the second unit together, but that's more shaky. I'm saying if you want Cam to get that that solid 15, 25 minutes a game, you need to move Burks and Fournier. If you don't do that, Cam's he's gonna be hard pressed to see it. And I'm telling you, I think they're gonna do it. They did not bring Cam here to play him like this. So after the 10th, I think you're going to see a difference.
It'll be interesting to see if they can actually move both of them. But today's game definitely helped. And going back to your Jokic comment, because you saying you feel like they kind of setting the stage for Jokic. If you didn't know, the Knicks have really been impressed with Jokic's play overseas. I think he was nominated for nominated for Rising Stars or something like last week or something. And the front office actually is flying over there to take a look at Jokic because he's playing well. He's been playing really well. Be diming people up. He's been shooting like 50% from the field, and
that's right.
Yeah, I think 50% from 3 too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going off memory.
Yep.
Not exactly.
Tommy Beers, I think it's him. Tommy Beers. He said that the New York executives are very high on Deuce and Jokic.
Okay,
they said that.
Okay, that's a great news. That's
great
news.
They said they're very high on both of them, and that was the same quote when they were saying they were going overseas to go see him again, recently. So they're very high on these two kids. So I'm saying I can see them playing together because to me, IQ is a backup guy. He's gonna be Lou Williams to me. I don't see him being. I know a lot of people like to see him as the starter, but I don't see him being a long-term starter. I can see because Jokic is 6'4". I can see him and Deuce really playing that point guard. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the Knicks do because if they do get Fox, that changes a lot. I mean, I can see one of them getting traded. If they get De'Aaron Fox, I can see Jokic or Deuce getting traded.
If they get Fox, I can see Jokic. I can see IQ. I can see Deuce. I could see any of those three getting traded if we get Fox.
I kind of feel like IQ is untouchable because Tibbs is now having a say in this thing, and I kind of see IQ is untouchable. He loves.
That's
IQ.
a good point.
That's I don't think he's going anywhere. So it's like Deuce or Jokic. They got depth now. They can send one of those guys to whoever. If they go get De'Aaron Fox, they can send them there, one of them there. So whoever's left of Deuce and Jokic is going to be able to play in the future, but. If they get Fox, that future's not this year.
Yeah, that future's definitely not this year, man. Yeah. And you know me, man. If you go back to the old days, of the KOT days, of me and Ryan was having arguments over who do you want Fox and Fox and Ball. Man, we was going at it, man. Back in the day, when before they was drafted.
Who did y'all want?
I was Fox and he was Ball. I was Team Fox.
Fox used to get all hyped when he played ball.
Yeah, man, he did.
Yeah,
he would get all hyped, man. That's what I like about the possibility of him. To me, that's the biggest thing of him coming to the Garden. I feel like under the Garden lights, he's gonna pull a Spreewell and just like I'm gonna ball out. I don't care who's watching.
Yeah, yeah, that kid's attitude is infectious. Like I feel like he's one of those guys where he has that leader. Even though it's not working out with Sacramento right now, I feel like he has the demeanor of a guy who people will follow.
Yep. So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. I mean, Deuce is my man, but we're gonna see what happens. It's gonna be in the next 10 days. We're gonna see something. We're gonna see what happens.
What was you about to say, Ryan?
Yeah. No, all I'm trying to say is that we had an argument back in the day, but nowadays I take either Lonzo Ball or De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
I take either one of them.
That's a fact.
Ball is cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know
making half the money Fox making.
And somebody says Fox is not good for this team. Like, listen, man. I understand everything that's wrong with Fox. I understand that he can't shoot. But I feel like that's something that's like a swing skill, right? He had a year where he shot 37% from 3.
Yes, he did. Yep.
And he haven't sniffed that since then. But that's okay because he's 24. I like the fact that 24. He can take the shots and that he has an elite skill, which is his speed, and he can still break down the offense. RJ will have somebody to run with. Wow, like.
You can't really teach elite speed like that. I mean,
yeah,
that's a skill that Either you got that or you don't, and he has got it, man. That kid, man. So,
like,
no, I mean, I'll be happy if they get him. I'll be happy if they don't get him. You know,
right? Me too. And the thing is, it's kind of in the same way. Like, he's not perfect. I feel like there might be some struggles with him at the point guard spot as well. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's gonna be all perfect. But he's 24 still, so it's gonna be like one of those, you know, it's gonna be one of those things where he can grow with the team and get better.
That's right.
And I kind of trust his work ethic personally.
I do too, and I trust that dog mentality he has. So
Me too.
I like that.
Yeah,
You know,
and also,
I like
also, I feel like one of the things is that he provides pace. Knicks right now is one of the slowest teams in the league. You bring in a point guard like De'Aaron Fox into the lineup, that's going to speed up the pace tremendously, and it's going to get the players easier shots, and it's going to really help the offense that way as well. So, I mean, there's several ways to look at it.
Right. Exactly.
Nah, yeah, you're taking a risk, but I would not mind taking that risk.
Right. Now I feel you. It's definitely a risk. It's definitely a risk.
Because if you're sending Julius Randle there, okay, so now Obi's your starting four. I would not mind that at all. I would not mind that.
Right. We just need to get some rebound help somehow.
We
need some rebound help.
I mean, but I'm saying I think Obi's underrated as a rebounder. I really think he is. He's not as strong as Julius Randle, but I think he's an underrated rebounder. And what I'm picturing is him running the break with De'Aaron Fox. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's gonna be insane.
Oh my gosh, man. So
I do have to adjust a comment though, because he said that Fox is not a good fit for the team, but then proceed to say Fox is a young Westbrook. But I'm like, okay, Westbrook hasn't been playing well this season, but have you seen Westbrook throughout his career? Is that necessarily a bad thing? Am I missing something here? Is that necessarily a bad thing?
He's an MVP, Hall of Fame, first ballot guy, man. You've seen him at the end of his career now, but when him and Durant was on Oklahoma City, they went to the finals, man.
That's a fact.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Yo, shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to everybody. I got some super chats to address because I know y'all been super chatting it up over here.
Yeah, man, stacking them bills for you, my brother.
Stacking them bills. We definitely greatly appreciate it, man. So shout out to Ronnie Odom, who sends a $5 super chat, says Free McBride, Play Cam, and our other young players. So gunshots for the $5 super chat from Rodney Odom. Also, for a 99 super chat from JT Reddick says, we here all 82. Shout out to my guy JT Reddick. Yeah. Shout out to my guy, all right? And shout out to Picks for Timmy, who sends that $9.99 super chat, says, Grimes' defense is so good, we might be able to put him on a 4. Quickly, Cam, RJ, Grimes, Mitch. Okay, you got jokes today. All right.
Wait, he did block a Forrest jumper the other day. Somebody that played the 4, he blocked a jumper. He blocked Middleton.
But Middleton is
like a 2, but he's a big
Middleton
2.
Like 6'8" though.
Yeah, big 2. Yeah.
Exactly. And Middleton cooked him the first time, so I'm pretty happy that he found out how to defend him and was able to block him that second time. So
That's right.
Because as good as defense he plays, Middleton is a tall task. Middleton is a tall task.
Yo, it's literally he's 6'8", man. He can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So shout out to everybody that's rocking with the KOT show. Like I said, if you want to call, you already know what to do. Call that number 319-527-6241. All right. All right, cool. So I see all y'all are buzz about trading Fox for Randle right now.
That's a big topic right there.
Yeah,
but...
and oh no, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because it's funny because I was watching the Kings tonight and I was like, they could really use somebody like Randle because if you look at the Kings, all the scoring is basically from the backcourt.
That's right.
That's where all the scoring comes from. They have nobody really. They don't really have a big man that could put in the basket. Like Randle would be perfect for the Kings.
I think he would.
Yeah,
I think
it actually makes sense. It actually makes sense for the Kings.
I tell you what do y'all think? Like they would never do it, but it doesn't work anyway. Money doesn't work, but man, if they would have sent us Halliburton,
man, he's not going nowhere. But I understand.
I know. That's the whole reason Fox is coming up because of Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's a fact. That man is on a rookie deal. He's balling. This dude, They got smacked, but I think he had like 21 points, 8 assists or something crazy. What is it?
Yep, and he had 38 against Philly the other night, and he doesn't hog the ball, like he takes good shots.
Right, it's interesting. It's like interesting how he gets his points because it doesn't look like he took over the game at all, but he has like a quiet 21 points and
right,
quiet 8 assists. It's kind of crazy.
That's right.
So, but I mean, Fox would be cool though. I mean, Fox, averages like 45% from the field. I think this year on a down year, shooting from down year from 3. So that proves he can get to the hole and finish at a pretty decent rate. So, and he'll grow later. But let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about some trade stuff, man, or potential trade stuff, or just news going around NBAville. Like, unfortunately, when teams have players that get injured, it's bad for the teams for sure. It's bad for the player because you don't want anybody injured, but it also opens up trade opportunities. Dallas, when you're looking at Dallas Mavericks, Tim Hardaway Jr. went down.
Yep.
Right? So we talked about this last show, Ryan. Tim Hardaway Jr. went down. Now they got Brunson starting.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're looking at opportunities like, okay, they might need a shooter. Because
like
Fournier.
Exactly.
Or Alec Burks.
Exactly. They might use either of those cats, man. No, you got. I see. Like, I mean, I think I read somewhere today that somebody said that there was 4 teams interested in Randle. I mean, I'm not sure who. They didn't name the team, so I don't know who it is. I was like, because I'm wondering who. Like, I can see the Kings. Like you said, to me, he's a perfect fit for the Kings. He's just a perfect fit for them. But I can see the Kings and Minnesota. I can see those 2 teams, and possibly Portland. But other than that, I really don't see where he would go, because what we're trying to do is open up space, right? We're not trying to bring back an equal like guy that's going to take up all the minutes. So I don't know. I don't know. I could see Utah if they have to deal. I could see Utah taking Alec Burks though, for real. I could see.
I was thinking the same thing, which is what I was getting to in the intro about Joe Ingles getting injured.
Yeah.
And Joe Ingles makes around 13 mil.
He's 13 million, yeah.
And he's an expiring contract as well.
Yep.
So we got 2 players kind of like on both sides of that where it could kind of work, I think. Like we got Evan Fournier who gets you 17 mil this season. We got Alec Burks. What does Alec Burks do? Like 10 mil?
Yeah. He's like 9 something. So I mean we'd have to send like another 4 million there, but or maybe probably, you don't have to be exact. Maybe that's probably like 3 million, maybe Semantic or something. But we could do that. That's a possibility. There's a lot more market for funny enough, for Fournier and Burks than there is for Randle to me. But you never know, because that's what Leon's getting the big bucks for. So he's got to do that.
Yeah.
You want to say something, Ryan? I feel like he was trying to say something earlier.
Oh no, I was just agreeing.
Got you. Yeah, you know what? I believe that to be true too. But it's one of those things where if Randle plays a smaller role, then who can like how's Harrison Barnes, right? Because I'm saying doesn't Randle and Harrison Barnes, they make roughly like the same amount of money.
Yep, that'd be a straight up.
But Harrison Barnes is not seen as the leader of the team.
No, he's not even he's just a solid NBA player, and he's on. To me, that would be to move Randle's money, because next year Harrison Barnes is expiring.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, so that would be about
So I don't know if I know how Harrison Barnes works financially. I'm not sure if the Knicks would be interested in that, because
I don't know either. I mean, to me, it works numbers wise. It works because now you get rid of Randle's $100 million, because you just now have one more year of Harrison Barnes. That's it.
Right, exactly. But I wouldn't see like a practical reason for that, because we have Harrison Barnes here, then we're still in the same position with Cam and these guys as we were before. So the point is really that they make the same amount of money around, but Harrison Barnes isn't seen as the savior of the Kings. He's seen as a piece.
That's right.
So if another team looks at him as a piece, as a guy who can kind of give you 10 rebounds and maybe 18 points or 17 points or whatever, then, and Big Reba was saying this before, then it might not be as dire as we think. We Well, so maybe we'll be able to get a piece in the pick or something. You know what I'm saying?
We could trade him for Jeremy Grant also.
That's true.
Now, the thing I like about that is obviously Jeremy Grant plays the 4. Not only that, he's expiring, and he's looking for a $100 million extension. So this would be Jeremy Grant's tryout. If we don't like it, he can walk, and we still got that money. To me, the money's important because we got to pay RJ. RJ's coming up. We got to pay him. We're gonna have to pay Mitchell Robinson. So I'm just looking at the money right now, and so I'm saying, okay, we got to have money for RJ, and then you got to create some time, some minutes for Cam to see what you're going to get, and if he turns out play, you got to pay him too. So you got some decisions to make here.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
It was funny 'cause I know he plays the 4, but I don't really see him as a complete 4. And he's one of these 4s that can't rebound too. So I feel like we're still going to be in a certain situation.
He's not a big rebounder.
He's not a big rebounder.
But he's a good defender, though. He's a really good defender.
He's a good defender for sure. But then you still don't free up minutes for Obi if you play him at the 4.
That's true.
Still don't. Yeah. You still, if you play him at the 3, we still don't have free up minutes for Cam. So I feel like, I kind of feel like it has to be like, I almost feel like it has to be a point guard.
Yeah, it has to be a point guard. Yeah.
Yeah, or an expiring deal with picks.
Right. Or that too.
Yeah. So we got. Like if we got a number 1, a couple number 2s, and you end up you're getting an expiring deal. Now you got picks for Julius Randle. You got you could also parlay those picks into another star if you want.
True, and make a big move later. Ryan, you want to say something earlier? I feel like you're trying to say something.
Oh no, I'm pretty much just agreeing with what y'all saying right now. Like I really don't have much to add.
Okay, got you. All right, got you. All right. Shout out.
But I think you're right. It's going to be a point guard.
I feel like it has to be a point guard.
I don't think they're going to get Brunson. I was very strong on that they were going to get him about 2 weeks ago, but because he seems to be sticking on that $20 million number, man. He's not worth $20 million.
Nah, he might mess up and end up in the what's the name situation? What's my man who went to the Celtics?
He ain't gonna be that bad. You talking about Schroeder?
Yeah, he might end up in Schroeder 2.0.
I think Dallas will resign him.
Right.
I'm about to check
Bless
his
you.
stats right now.
Bless you. What'd you say?
I'm about to check his stats.
Bless you.
God bless you.
Brunson stats?
He's a big piece in their rotation, so I could see them paying him to keep him.
Okay, so he's averaging 15.7 points per game, 5.6 assists per game, 3.8 rebounds. He's shooting 50% from the field, 35% from 3. He might can demand that $20 million number. He might be able to.
No, he's going to demand it. I just don't want the Knicks to pay it.
Me neither.
Yeah, I mean he's going to get it. But I heard 2 teams already are saying to him that they'll give it to him.
Yeah, because those numbers are pretty much saying, I'm worth $20 million a year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure somebody's going to give it to him, and he's young. He's like, what old? He's 25. He's 25 years old.
Right.
So I mean, he's going to get it from somewhere. I just don't want the Knicks to pay that. To me, he's not. I could just see too many players getting overpaid to come to New York, man. It's just.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I feel you, but you already know all the connections. You already know all the connections.
Yeah,
CAA, father played for the Knicks, Rick Brunson, all throughout connections, all throughout Knicks Nation and Knicks front office.
Today, somebody put a quote. Now, again, I don't know if it's true or not, but it was on Twitter that Stein reported that the Knicks stopped making calls on Brunson.
Yeah, I heard that. I didn't see that report directly, but I saw somebody repost that he said.
Yeah, somebody reposted that they stopped making calls on him, which to me means they're not trying to get him by this deadline. Maybe they try to get him, in the summer.
Yeah, that could be a
or
summer
Dallas, or Dallas was probably asking for IQ in return.
Yeah, well,
that too.
If I was Dallas, that's what I would do because you're losing a rotational guy.
Yeah.
So I would ask for a rotational guy back, a young piece, and that would be IQ. I would ask for IQ, but I think he's untouchable right now. I think IQ's going nowhere.
Yeah. I'd be like Kimba.
You got a veteran, man. You need a veteran over there. You guys are a playoff team. You need a veteran.
Yeah, you need a veteran.
Exactly. I mean, they ain't really losing much. Same height, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Same height.
Right?
You can play back up point.
Kemba can shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Kemba's only gonna cost you $9 million. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Cheap discount rack. Got you.
Exactly. I mean, he ain't gonna play defense like Brunson, but yeah, you know, he's gonna help him offensively though.
Brunson's not a great defender, but I mean, you know, he'd be coming off the bench 15 minutes a game, Kemba, because other than that, his knee's gonna not hold up. But yeah. He's that used car you're trying to sell. No, this
runs great.
Nice.
Exactly.
Got a lot of miles, but it runs great.
Yeah, you know, 1 to 10 miles, but it's still good though. It's still
all
good.
highway miles, brother. You go.
Now I feel like Kim will be all with a reduced role, 15, 20 minutes. I feel like he'd be all right like that.
I think he'd be all right.
Yeah, plus Mavericks is a playoff team as well.
Exactly.
What other point guards can they trade for that? Aside from Fox, though, that a team like everybody's talking about DeJounte Murray, but I don't know if San Antonio would do that.
No way.
Yeah, I don't think San Antonio would do that.
Heck no.
Yeah, and I don't know who else. Like I'm trying to think who else would be out there that Randle would cause to fetch us a point guard. We don't want Spencer Dinwiddie, obviously.
Hell no.
What
LeVert,
well,
I like.
He's
like
not really
LeVert.
a point guard though.
Yeah, he's
not a guard.
He's more like a shooting guard.
Brogdon's the point guard.
Yeah.
I like Brogdon too, but he's always
Brogdon's
injured.
injury prone, but he's good though. He's good though, but he's injury prone, man.
That's a fact.
He gets hurt a lot, you know. But shoot, like I don't know, like who we don't want. I mean, there's nobody in the Magic they're gonna take. There's nobody in the Pistons. You know, you're not getting Kate Cunningham, so forget that. And then I'm looking at all these other teams, like, okay, where are we going here? I don't see anybody.
Yeah, someone mentioned in the chat of Fernie Simons. He might be one.
There's no way.
But it depends. It depends. It's either going to be him or McCollum, though.
It's not
one or the other.
I'm gonna give. No, it's not going to be Anthony Simons. Why would they give up a rookie deal for a $30 million guy that's past his prime?
No way.
That's not going to happen. They're going to keep him.
Yeah,
he's worth gold to them right now, and I don't blame him because he's the heir apparent. But let me throw out this name. What about Scary Terry?
Scary Terry once again.
What about Scary Terry?
Scott Perry's man's.
It's interesting because Charlotte, he is the starting two guard on Charlotte next to LaMelo Ball, but
he kind of
they do have Boo Knight from Connecticut.
Yep.
Yeah, that they drafted, and he's not getting no burn right now because he got Scary Terry there. So
that's right. Now they got Bridges obviously he plays 3 and 4, and they got PJ Washington that plays the 4.
So you saying Terry play the 1? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because Scary Terry came in the league as a point guard.
Yeah, he did. He's killing himself. Isn't it funny? Wasn't Randle and Scary Terry involved in trade rumors together a while ago? Am I bugging?
I remember one year that Terry, when he signed with Charlotte, he said that his agent told him he was coming to the Knicks, and he was totally surprised he ended up in Charlotte because he thought he was coming to. I think that was the year we signed Randle.
Right. Nah, but yeah, that is the year we signed Randle. But am I bugging? Let me know in the chat, man, because I felt like I saw a trade rumor between Randle and Scary Terry at some point.
I would not mind Scary Terry. I like Scary Terry.
Like I think Scott
definitely improved.
I think Scott was Scott Perry. I think Scott Perry was thinking about trading Randle for Terry a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah, what did Ninja P got some kind of relationship with Scary Terry? I mean, Scary Terry went to Louisville.
I think did he?
Huh.
But that's
I
know the Ninja P got some relationship with Fox because he drafted him.
Fritz says Julius Randle for Terry early last season. I knew I wasn't. Man, I be reading so much news. Some of the stuff be stuck in the back of my head. I knew I read that somewhere.
So I'm only seeing really those two. I mean, you're telling me you see something else. I see Scary Terry or De'Aaron Fox. That's all I see right now. I can't even see anybody else out there that the Knicks would actually realistically have a shot at.
I always come back to the Cavs.
Malik?
No. You know I like not Malik. No.
He's not a point guard anyway. But yeah, you talking about Sexton?
Yeah, I always say Sexton.
Sexton, from Cleveland as well. But I was going back to Scary Terry though, because the thing with Scary Terry is I remember when he was with, I think it was Boston, and he was a free agent, and the Knicks were talking about getting him. The one thing that scared me about Terry was the fact that he was inefficient, because I think when he was with Boston, he was shooting under 40% from the field. He was shooting like 39.5% or something like that. But since he's been with Charlotte, he's definitely increased efficiency. So he's
Yeah.
much more.
Way better. That's
Yeah,
the year
yeah,
that
he's much
the
more,
year that Kyrie was hurt. Remember, Kyrie was
Right.
hurt, and
Yeah.
they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, like with Scary Terry running the show.
Yeah.
And he was inefficient, but he's a winner. You know, then he
Yeah.
went down to Charlotte, and they were garbage, and then they started winning. You know, so I don't know. I think, and then he's a good defender.
Yeah,
I like Scary.
Yeah, my thing too was he was kind of like a triple, he was like flirting with triple doubles back in the day, and I also felt like when Kyrie was gone, I feel like his efficiency went up for some reason, and then when Kyrie was back, that's when his numbers went down. I was like back in the day, I don't remember the numbers exactly, but I was reading through stats and stuff. When Kyrie was gone, all of his numbers went up, and he was a way more efficient. So I feel like he might be worth taking a try on back in the day.
And he's 27. He's in his prime. Dag, I would take him in a second.
Yeah, so that might be something.
You think
else.
he makes 18 million? You think they take Fournier?
No way.
I'd waive Kemba and just give me him for Fournier straight. You know.
No way. No.
Gordon Hayward light. You know, coming off the bench.
Because right now, like Terry Rozier, just to show you the growth this man has made throughout his career, when he came in as a rookie, he was shooting 27.4% from the field. That's overall.
Yep.
And now he's shooting. Last season he shot his best 45% overall. This year he's shooting 43.1%. But look at the numbers. What the percentages? 3-point percentage, 37.3% from three, and even the 2-point percentage, he's 49.1%. So the only reason his field goal percentage is at 43 is because he takes a lot of threes. That's the only reason why. But he can definitely get to the rim if he wants to.
Absolutely.
Scary Terry can play, man. I mean, I'm just saying. I just know he can play. He's a player, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a player.
So I mean, looking at the options, De'Aaron Fox is looking like a possibility because the King is on that fire sale. I don't know where they stand with Scary Terry though, because they're kind of they're on an upswing. It might make sense for us, but does it make sense for them? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what because they to me I was thinking of Boat Night. They got Boat Night. He's got to get minutes eventually, and then you got of course LaMelo Ball is a superstar in the making. So
okay.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. But and then they might want to. I don't know. Nah, they wouldn't do it. I don't know. They could because they would have to get rid of P.J. Washington because Julius would be the starting four.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if they want to do that.
I don't know. But I'm still looking at Utah with the Ingles situation. I'm looking at Sacramento because Sacramento with Fox. I haven't heard anything about Sexton since last season. So
he's on the shelf now.
Yeah, he's on the shelf now.
Yeah.
But
So like if we were to make a deal with Cleveland, right? If we're dealing, what would we deal? Is we dealing Randle for him?
No, Sexton's still in his own rookie deal, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna be an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah, the thing is he's gonna be an unrestricted free agent, and Darius Garland, to me, looks like he's running the team.
Yeah, it's his team. It's his team.
It's his team.
So,
yeah,
it's his team. So what are you saying? Sign and trade?
Yeah, maybe you do a sign and trade.
Probably.
Right,
but I don't know. I don't know if I would do sign and trade though. I would at least want to give Sexton 1 year to test run him before I really commit to him with a big contract.
Somebody's gonna pay him 4 years. I'm telling you right now, he's a 4-year, $80 million guy. Somebody's gonna pay him, just like they did with Lonzo Ball. Somebody's gonna pay him.
Yeah, because the season before he got hurt, he was averaging over 20 points a game.
That's what I'm saying. He's a dog. He's another guy that's got he's got issues, but he's a dog.
Yeah, his attitude worries me. His attitude worries me. But
Kevin Love pulling his hair out, man.
Yeah. His attitude worries me. But his game, I can't overlook young kids who can give you 25 points a game. If you're a kid, if you're under 24 and you're giving me 25 points a game, under 24, I remember a couple of years ago, Ryan, we was talking about Zach LaVine. Everyone's like, ew, Zach LaVine, he has problems. I'm like, dude is like 20-something, 22, 23 and averaging 20-something points a game. Like, he's going to get better.
And not only that,
exactly. And the thing
clutch, man.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I'm reading the comments in the chat, and a lot of people are saying, don't go after Fox. don't go after Sexton, don't go after Scary Terry and all these different guys. But I'm like, what people are forgetting is that, how old is Fox? Fox is like,
24.
23, 24 years old?
24. He's young, man.
Sexton is like,
23.
23 years old. These guys are young. You can groom these players.
Yeah, they're very young.
It's not like what you're seeing now is the finished product.
And they're starting off several steps ahead of their peers, you know. You're talking about kids that are averaging 20 points a game when they're 21 and 22, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, and then people are saying Fox can't play defense. Well, Obi couldn't play defense when he first came to the Knicks, and look what he's doing this season. His defense
Obi's playing really good defense. You know, he really is. He really is playing really good. I think Thibodeau will have that effect on Fox if he came.
Yeah, and then you just put Grimes next to him.
That'll definitely help. That'll definitely help.
You put young Klay Thompson next to him. You all right?
Exactly right. So overall, like if we're dealing, all right. So we're looking for a point guard. I see Cleveland. I see, and these are not all strong possibilities, but Scary Terry, Sexton, and basically De'Aaron Fox. That's what we got right there.
Right.
If we're dealing Randle, I can only see the Kings, man. I can't see nobody else.
The Kings seem like the most likely.
The Kings is the logical one.
Yeah, the Kings is the only guy. I mean, unless somebody's dealing with somebody we don't know that, you know, they were disgruntled or something. Because most teams are not stupid. Everybody's like sharp. It's like iron sharpens iron. Everybody's really like on their game now. Cleveland is on their game. Every team is really sharp. You're not going to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. Anybody's eyes. So. Right. You could say, somebody could say, well, let's trade Cat for Randle. Come on, man. They're not doing that.
No,
they're not doing it.
They're not.
Unless Cat says I want out, they're not doing that.
If Minnesota did that, Minnesota GM would be fired the next day.
Exactly.
He'd be fired the next day.
That afternoon. What? You can't change it? You're fired.
That's
Pack
a fact.
your stuff and get out. No. But see, that kind of stuff is not happening. Nobody's stupid enough to do that.
No. Not at all.
Somebody suggested that okay, we know Randall's going to go to Oklahoma City for SGA. I was like, oh my God, no! You guys got to be kidding me.
Ronnie says Mo Bamba. You already know how I feel about Mo Bamba. You already know.
What are we going to do with Mitch Rob and Jericho Sims?
I already told you. I already told you, man. It's like,
I ain't messing with that, man.
I already told you, man.
Listen, we got to get rid of a problem in the fourth spot, and we got. Well, wait. You mean? Oh, are you saying your boy Mo could play the 4?
No, I'm saying put him as a stretch 5. Have him back up stretch 5. And then that's what I'm saying.
I was going to say, if he could play the 4, okay. I mean, I can see that. They play him in I saw a game. I was watching the game on Saturday night with them. They play Wendell Carter and him together.
Right, but Wendell Carter kind of plays 4.
Yeah, Wendell Carter's the 4 in that scenario. Yeah,
Wendell Carter plays the 4 more, so. But,
I think they plan on keeping Carter and letting Mo walk.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to get a pick for him right now.
Yeah, I think they're gonna keep Carter, but because they got Jonathan Isaac coming back soon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I mean, as far as like trading Randall, I could only see the Kings. I can't see anybody else that really works but the Kings. That's all I could really.
Yeah.
I can't see anybody else that works. And then as far as getting a point guard, okay, you got De'Aaron Fox, you got Colin Sexton. You got Scary Terry. Those are the only real legit candidates that I can see out here. I mean, unless you're going to get an old guy like Goran Dragic, right, for 1 year. But who the hell? What the hell? No. You know what I'm saying? No,
Dragic was good a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Scary Terry, I'm not really sure Charlotte would be willing to trade him, though.
That's very unlikely.
That's what I'm saying. I think the realistic ones is Fox and Sexton. I think those two are very realistic.
Now Cole Anthony's going nowhere. I mean, Orlando really likes him, and I can but you know what? What about Markelle Fultz?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Markelle Fultz.
I feel like he's more of a project, and no, we're not sleeping on Anthony Simons. We just feel like they're not getting traded.
Simons is not available. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, we just know Portland gonna keep him.
We're trying to avoid NBA 2K. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They'd be stupid, and they're not stupid. They're not giving him up. He's not.
I mean, unless you want McCollum, unless you're gonna include McCollum in there, because McCollum would be the one to go.
Yeah.
See, but McCollum, man, he started off like late, like he was an older guy, like Obi was when he came into the league. He was a 4-year guy. And now, to me, he's past his prime. And I don't trust that at $30 million a year. Is he expiring? Is he expiring?
We'll have to check his
I
contract.
don't think he's expiring.
Yeah, see, if he was expiring, I was like, okay, CJ McCollum.
I think he can still play. I mean, he just got off of surgery. He just recovered, so I'm not sure.
Lung, man.
He can. I don't know. I don't know the long yielding effects of that. Like, I'm not sure if that's fixed once you heal from that, or if that's a reoccurring problem. You know what I mean?
Look, he's in the first year. No, he's in the first year of a 3-year, $100 million deal. Oh hell no, he's 30 right now, and he's already having these issues. No, I don't think so, man.
I mean,
I don't want to be that sucker, man.
I'm not that afraid. I'm more. To me, it's more that we have a lot of wings than I'm afraid of him. I feel like he might be. I feel like he could. I don't know, man. I feel like he's like one of those underrated stars. If he goes somewhere, he'd be the man. He can really do some things, but we have wings.
We have wings over the last 2 or 3 years.
We have wings to take care of here anyway, so. We have wings to take care, so he's not a priority.
Not a point guard. He's not a point guard.
Yeah.
So we talked about Anthony Simons, and Portland's not. He's not going anywhere.
Right.
Anthony Simons is the next Dame for them. He's not going anywhere. So they're keeping him, and they should. That kid is good. I knew he was good coming out of. Well, he actually. IMG Academy is not really a college. He came right from IMG Academy.
Yeah, that's like a prep school.
Right.
So he came right from there, but he was good, man. He I was surprised to see him in the dunk contest. I didn't know he could jump like that, but I know he had game though.
Right. Yo, Fritz said you want to come in here and say something. Fritz, go ahead, Fritz.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
What's up, Fritz? The class behind the glass.
No, I just I just wanted to talk about a lot of times when fans look at these players that they're not looking at the big picture.
Yeah.
I think they either look at, oh, this person gonna be an all-star, or is this person a future star? Like, people become what you make them. Like, you see with the Warriors, Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins is an all-star this year, and he's scoring way less than he used to. And it's the Knicks are looking for guys who are going to fit their system, who are going to fit the Knicks. And I think they're going to start to run. And I think you're going to see some Cam Reddish backup fours with. I think you're going to see some interesting lineups. So. You think they're going to switch to become a running team? You think they'll be more of a running team? I think they're gonna run a lot more. I think they're gonna run a lot more. I don't see the trades I see. I would like De'Aaron Fox because I think you can simplify what he does. I think De'Aaron Fox on the Kings, he has to be everybody. Like,
yes,
he has to be the guy. Yeah, I have to score everything. I got to pass everything. On the Knicks, it's get to the rim and make a decision. Yep. And that's it. Like,
pretty much what he did at Kentucky.
He doesn't have to worry about those things.
That's what he did at Kentucky.
Yeah.
Because he was playing with Monk, when he was at Kentucky.
Yeah, way different personnel. I think you get a better De'Aaron Fox on the Knicks than you would get on the Kings. Because on the Kings, he has to carry the load. Doesn't have to carry the load here.
Right.
And that doesn't mean
I agree.
Points are going to go up.
Yep.
But I think you'll get a smarter player on the Knicks.
I'm saying in my mind, I cannot see another team that fits better with a trade with Randle than the Kings. I just can't. I'm trying to imagine some other team. I'm looking at all teams. Okay, what other team? I mean, because like. Either they're like Minnesota where they got Cat, or they're like Orlando where they got Jonathan Isaac and they're up and coming, but they don't want a Randall. So I don't see it. I mean, maybe Denver because I don't know how good Michael Porter Jr. is going to be with his back.
Who would get back from the Wolves though?
From who?
Who would get back from the Wolves? Like
I said if it was Cat, but the Cat, they're not trading Cat.
Oh, like a Cat for Randall swap. Cat will not. I'd be surprised if Cat wants to play for Tom Thibodeau again.
Nah, he does. I know he doesn't. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
The one trade for Randall that I posted online, I didn't like it. Like at first I thought, oh, this is the worst trade ever. And then I thought about how it would change the roster is sending him to Sacramento for what's his name? The small forward.
Barnes.
For Barnes.
Yeah.
Barnes, the number 1 pick, and Davion Mitchell. And I think it could work. I think you're kind of like building up assets.
Yeah, but now you're giving Tom Thibodeau another rookie point guard. He's not going to play Davion Mitchell.
Right.
Yes, he will.
He won't. He wouldn't play. He's not going to play Davion Mitchell. I'm telling you.
He wouldn't play defense.
I know. But you see Deuce McBride play defense? I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you, he wouldn't do.
I think he has Davion.
I like the trade, but I'm just saying. I'm telling you, if you gave Tom Thibodeau Davion Mitchell, he would not play. He's not going to play. I'm telling you, he's not going to play.
And we're gonna put Barnes in front of Cam again. Cam and like who we gotta flip them.
Actually, power forward. Actually, Barnes as
plays
backup
the 4.
Power forward.
He plays the 4. He just plays.
Okay, so you're gonna put him in front of. So you're gonna put him in front of Obi.
Him and Obi, they can split the time.
I like the deal. So. I like the deal in terms of the players. I just don't like it for Tom Thibodeau. I don't like it for him because I think he would screw it up.
The front office has to make things simple for Tibbs right now.
Yeah, and I'm just saying if you sent Randle out, you bring De'Aaron Fox in, that's simple. Right? He's going to start De'Aaron Fox. I mean, right. De'Aaron Fox is Kentucky. He's a max player. He's
right.
William Wesley and all of that. So he's going to start De'Aaron Fox. That's not a problem. But so that makes it very simple for Tom. You're taking away a jewel and one of his pets and Randle, and you give him another pet.
Right, exactly. You're gonna give him you can't give him a pet vet and be like, all right, cool. Now Obi's gonna give you right back to the same situation he was in before.
Yeah, you're right about that. I agree with you. So I can see. To me, I'm looking over the landscape and I can't see another team that legitimately makes sense for Randle. I just can't.
Yeah.
Maybe Washington. What do you think about Washington?
Teams that would like him, but we wouldn't want anything from him. Like Boston would love Randle, but Boston has nothing we want that they'll actually give up.
Yeah, but they would have to give up one of those guys. They're not doing that.
I'm not taking Dinwiddie.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
No, not Dinwiddie. I'm thinking. I'm looking at their thing. Let me see. What do you think? This is crazy. No, this is crazy. What do you think of Rui Hachimura? No. Forget it. No.
We're back in the same situation. We're back in the same
situation. No, that's not going to work.
We're back in the same situation.
I was going to say Kyle Kuzma and Rui, but we're back in the same spot.
Yeah.
No.
It's like it would have to be like a 2-for-1 or.
You got to get a point guard. It cannot be a 4. Unless it's a backup 4. Like it's not realistic. But I'm saying if San Antonio was going to send DeJounte Murray, I'd have DeJounte Murray come over with this guy that's expiring, Thad Young, and have Thad Young as a expiring guy coming behind Obi.
Right.
And now you're starting DeJounte. But they're not doing that. I mean, they're not doing
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
And San Antonio
right now.
That's a fact.
I can see him giving up Derek White. And Derek White, he has like point guard skills, but he's always been a backup. And he's a shooting guard.
Really, he's a 2 guard. Yeah, he's a 2 guard.
Yeah.
And he's older. I think he's 28, something like that. So
that's a fact, man.
I think him and DeJounte are the same age. They came at the same time. So, but it's gonna be tough. I'm interested to see what's going on. The one big news today is the 2-way player that they said. What was it, Ryan Arcanacano, whatever. So the Knicks aren't bringing him back, and so they have an open roster, and don't look like they signing anybody there. So something's coming.
Okay, all right. Little open roster spot for another project, maybe. Interesting. Okay, Good to know. Good.
All right.
Man.
Nice talking to you guys.
All right, nice talking to you, Fritz. All right, man. All right. The man behind the glass, the Wizard of Oz of KOT. Shout out to my man Fritz, one of the best minds in the game. All right. Shout out to Sherwin M, Danny, One to Nick, Always a Nick, B Wills, L Marshall, Danny, everybody else is rocking with the KOT show. If it's your first time, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, shoot taps also welcome, helps keep the lights on. All right. You know, I think it's a good time to end it here. That's our show. We talked about all sorts of trades from A to Z and back to A again. Reviewed the game. Saw some nice things from Toppin. Saw some good things from Randle, Alec Burks, Grimes, and all these guys. 10 games. We got, what was it? It's like 10 days left until trade deadline? Sheesh.
Yeah, pretty much.
A week from Thursday.
Yeah.
A week from Thursday. And Randle's eligible after this Thursday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, February 3rd. Yep.
Randle's
So
eligible.
I'm like,
and
like I said, I'm looking at, I mean, am I missing something? I don't see anything out there. I don't see anything out there except
all
except
signs.
The
All
Kings.
signs
Yeah, I
point
don't
to
see
Sacramento,
anything except,
man.
yeah. I mean, Utah? What about Utah? What do they got there?
Oh yeah, I mean maybe not for Randle, but you know, Utah could be something for our
like
vets.
I think it was like Fournier, Burks.
Right,
That's where
Burks.
it's Utah. Yeah, for Utah. Yeah.
You could do Fournier or Burks. Yeah, right.
Right.
Because they're like us in a sense that, not them saying we're not as good as them, but I'm saying, but they don't want Jordan Clarkson starting. They want him to be Mobb Deep, you know. So he's
Yeah.
So you know, when Donovan Mitch is out, they got Mike Conley, who's really older, but they could use a guard, a shooting guard. And to me, you could add. And by the way, like the money wise, Burks and Randle for Fox works. That works. You know, and Burks and Randle would really help the Kings legitimately, because Burks, you put Buddy Hill and Burks in the Mobb Deep for them, and shoot, man, they're pretty good, man. So I can see that happening. That eliminates a couple of problems for us. Because I'm telling you, I don't see a market for Kemba. I think they're gonna waive Kemba. I don't see a market for him. Yeah, I don't see a market for him.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I can see either or.
Maybe the Lakers, but the Lakers would want them to buy him out and then give him a minimum deal.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
You know, maybe the Lakers.
Cap, really.
Yeah,
because they desperately need a shooting point guard. So you know. That's
right.
They need anybody who can shoot. So
exactly. Yeah. So I think Kemba would be perfect there, but they'd want us to buy him out, which I mean, the Knicks got the money. That's not a problem. But if we traded Randle and Burks, now we got to get rid of Kemba. The only question is Fournier, and to me, I think Utah's the perfect spot.
Yeah.
And the Cavs.
They get the Cavs. The Fournier can go to the Cavs or Utah.
The only thing I'm not sure, let me ask you, one of y'all got to tell me because I'm not sure. Can we trade for an injured player? Does he have to pass a physical? Can we trade for the contract?
No, you can trade for the contract and then waive him, I believe. But I also believe the Cavs I think the Cavs also have a trade exception too.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so we might be able to even do that.
Because you got to remember on the Knicks trade, when the Knicks traded Kevin Knox to Atlanta, Solomon Hill was part of the deal, and Solomon Hill's hurt. He's injured.
Right.
Oh,
we waived him.
Right. We waived him. Okay, so Cleveland's definitely, because that money fits perfect. Because now he's $17 million. And Rubio's $17 million. We get rid of the money and we expiring deal, and we open space. Okay, so what do y'all think about this? So we send Randle to Sacktown, we get De'Aaron Fox. We send Randle and Burks to Sacktown, we get De'Aaron Fox. We send Fournier to Cleveland, we get Ricky Rubio, we waive him. Now you end up with De'Aaron Fox. We got Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett, and Grimes starting, and we still have. But we got like Nerlens Noel if they don't trade him. We got Nerlens Noel. We got Cam Reddish, IQ, and maybe Deuce until D Rose gets back. We got Deuce. So D Rose will be back. Like I think first week of March.
He's talking February 25th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm saying that's the end of February. So I'm thinking that's after the All-Star break. They're getting ready to go on a long trip. He's going to need a couple of weeks to get his timing back and stuff. That's all I'm saying. But he'll be back around 25th or after. So until now and then, you know, you play Deuce for a minute. But, that's what, I mean, what do you think? I think that's the most logical thing. I can see Randle going.
Yeah.
Unless they send, because Burks can really go anywhere. Like, they can send Burks. A lot of teams would want Burks, especially playoff teams.
I can see both of those things happening, man. I can see that happening. And like I said, I can see Fournier going to the Utah. I can see Fournier going to the Cavs. Because both of those guys have something in common where they have injured players who are on expiring deals. So
that's right.
So both of it can work both ways for us. And in both,
I don't know though. Suppose they don't trade Randle, because that's a possibility. They may not trade him now. I mean, not right now. Yeah. So if they don't trade Randle, I mean, so if they keep Randle, I still feel like Burks and Kemba are 100% gone. I don't see them being here after the 10th. I think Fournier is a strong possible. Like we play in spades, I got 4 in the possible. I think he's possible. He's a strong power. So and Fournier, like I said, you could send him to Utah. You could send him to Cleveland. They could both use him. And so Utah, I'm just not sure of the money though.
No, Ingles makes 13, right? I think 13 million a year, and he's expiring. He's expiring.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he's expiring.
So it'll be. I mean, it might maybe have to.
But they let a family thing. They may not do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're gonna just give it to Ingles like that. Be like, yeah, you're injured, so let's just trade you away.
They're not like that. They're not like that. They're into that family
yeah.
atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? That whole Mormon family thing. So I don't know if that's gonna fly. I think they'll keep him, but I'm just saying who else they got. What else they got here? Let me see what they got. They got that Bogdanovich is actually 18.7 million. So he fits perfectly.
So you want Bogdan? You want to trade from?
I don't think he's gonna go trade Bogdanovich.
Nah, they're not gonna trade him.
Nah,
they're not gonna trade him. He's 32 though, they're gonna. But they're not gonna trade him.
He fits in too well
perfectly,
man. For them to trade him, yeah.
Bogdanovich.
All right, what we get? And Hassan Whiteside only makes 1.6. We could waive him, but that ain't no money. So we need more money. So, but they got to do something for Joe Ingles. They got to do something.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I think they'll probably go after Burks because Burks is a cheap option.
True.
Burks at 9.
Do they have
they can trade Royce O'Neal? Royce O'Neal at 8.8.
Can you trade injury exceptions though? Because can you trade those?
I don't know. That's a good point.
Because
would have to look that up.
Because you know how the Cavs they got like an exception because of.
Yep.
Can you put those in an exception? Like, hey, now you have like a 17 million exception because we need a player type of situation. If that's the case, then maybe we can
do it that way.
Right.
Because I think that Utah is going to. I think Utah already got some sort of exception for the NBA for Ingles, so maybe they could just take on a Fournier.
You said you can absorb a player into a exception. I know you can absorb a player into the exception, but I'm wondering if you can trade a player and get back an exception.
Create an exception. Yeah.
I'm wondering if you can like say if they have an exception and I give them a player, can they give me an exception back? And
that's a good point, RJ. I don't know. That's a good point.
So I can use that because then if I have an exception, then I created. I still did what I was supposed to do. Created a roster spot, have the money to use for a trade later, and now Cam gets minutes and.
Yep, because that's what we're trying to do, get Cam on the floor.
Exactly.
I feel like if you play Cam some minutes, man, this kid's going to be good. I really feel like he's got talent. I'm just really high on his talent, man.
Yeah, he just needs the time. He
needs time, man. Yeah. To me, him and Obi are like both of them just need minutes. They both got amazing talent, man. So
okay. Fritz says only if you're trading someone into cap space.
All right. Gotcha. Right. That makes sense.
All right. I think it's a good time to end it right here. I think we talked about everything to this blue in the face.
I think we done covered everything.
Yeah, yes we did. All right. That is our show, man. So if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And we will be back on Wednesday. All right. So I'm gonna toss it to you guys, all right? So Raw, let them know where they can find you, Raw.
Very easy. Raw Hebrew Remnant on YouTube, Raw Hebrew Remnant on Twitter. I don't even. You know what? I don't follow Instagram. I'm getting followers on Instagram, and I hardly use it.
That's funny.
I got a spot there, but I'm like, I'm all on Instagram. But I'm like, I don't know. I use Twitter and on YouTube that covers all my needs. I don't even deal with Instagram. I should.
Yeah,
the channel just went over 6,000 subscribers, man. Thank you very much.
Let's go. Climbing fast.
I thought it would be like next month or the month after. It went over today. Like,
That's what's up.
Shoot.
That's what's up. Congrats. Congrats to Raw.
Yeah, thank you very much because I know we get the same crews like using us. So.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Salute. All right. Ryan G, where can they find you? Oh, I can't even. Can I say Sir G is chilling anymore? Because now you're somewhere else now.
You still say? I mean, that's still the personal Instagram. So it's like if people still want to follow that, it's like I'll still mention it.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out where do you want to be plugged? That's my.
I'm gonna plug both of them. I'll plug both of them.
Okay, well you can find my man on IG at Sir G is chilling.
Yes,
sir. He is chilling.
Yeah. I know I messed it up.
There you go. Yes, you can find my Instagram at Sir G is chilling.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIRG is CHILLI, and also, as you know, I've created a new little segment called G's Corner, and that has its own Instagram as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is SIRGSCORNER, and you know I'm going to be posting short videos where I talk about the Knicks and sometimes other sports as well. So, you know, check those out. And there should be a couple more posts coming this week. So, yeah, you know, look out for those.
Right. I meant to today, but I'm going to start to post those on KOT as well.
Yeah.
For you. But definitely
follow him. Wait, hold on. Twitter too. Ryan G KOT. There you go.
Yes, Ryan G KOT on Twitter. Right, exactly. All right. And you already know where to find us, man. Find us at the KOT show. That little thing is my personal IG, but I'll probably whatever. Follow us on the personal the KOT show on Twitter, the Nick of Time show on Instagram, and Nick of Time show on Facebook. Also check out the blog at nickoftimeshow.com and catch these KOT snapbacks. And you know, also too, we also I forget to plug this stuff, but we're also on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and all that noise as well. So if you want to listen to us on on those DSPs, you can do that as well. If it just won't be the visuals, all right? But that is it, man. That is our show. Good show, fellas. I didn't expect it to go like this, but you know, it is. It's trade season, so I guess you gotta talk about the trades.
Yo, that's it. Yeah.
Gotta talk about
pretty much.
Gotta talk about the trades, all right? But that is our show. I'm about to cut that up tomorrow. That is our show, man. So yeah, we out of here, and as always,
shout out the worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here, all right? That is our show. We out of here.
Peace.
Oh shoot, Julius Randle, he decided to talk today. You slime bag.
Oh, Julius Randle decides to talk to. Okay. I gotta see what you're about to say. We gotta post that on IG. All right.
That's he had a good game tonight. That's why.
He's
that's why he's talking to the media.
This is what I do.
Baby. If he had a bad game, he wouldn't see you. He'd be hiding in the locker room somewhere.
Facts.
Behind
Exactly.
a little boy.
Oh, the gunshot. Yeah, now you want to talk to everybody. Shout out to Leon and shout out to Worldwide.
Shout out to Worldwide
Yeah. Man, get back here after bad games too, because listen, we got a lot of games after this. We got, oh my gosh, I forgot to even mention this. We got the
Grizzlies at the Garden.
We got Memphis at the Garden on Wednesday.
John Morant coming to the Garden Wednesday, yo.
And then there's 5 games. Like it's the Lakers. Who is it? It's the Lakers.
The Nuggets.
The Nuggets. It's gonna be a
Portland.
Yeah,
Portland.
Woo.
Yeah. It's a bad schedule, man.
Yeah,
it's
not
nice. It's that's what I'm saying. What they just the Kings just finished that type of same schedule. We are their 5th game on the road.
Yeah,
the 5th game in a row. So now we're going to play Memphis, which is going to be John Morant going to come in here kicking butt, and then we're talking about the Lakers, the Jazz, Denver, Golden State, and Portland. Oh my gosh! The good thing about that,
I forgot about the Warriors.
Golden State's on trade deadline day. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Oh my gosh!
If Randall comes out after those games, then I give you credit. All right. But yeah,
man,
you know what would be funny though? Imagine if Randall doesn't get traded, and then all of a sudden he just starts balling out for the rest of the season after the trade deadline. Like this man was concerned that he would be gone.
Man,
all of a sudden he realized that he's still here, then he just balls out.
Crazier things have happened, man. So you don't know. Shoot, especially with his mental state, you just never know. He might all of a sudden decide, he's Superman, and take off and do everything.
You just don't know, man. Just if that happens, then
he's such a
that'll be the Cinderella story of Cinderella stories if that happens.
Oh my God!
To go from being the villain to the hero to the villain to the hero again. That's a lot. That's too much. That's way too much. But yeah. All right. We're gonna end the show for real now. All right.
Yeah, we got it for you.
Here we go. And as always, once again,
shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here. All right. That is our show. We out of here.
Peace.